This diagram of tangled arrows maps the state of modern discourse. Today's most critical conversations in academia and policy are dominated by reactive cycles. Algorithms push emotional buttons, outrage goes viral, and the original facts quickly get buried under competing noise. This table outlines exactly what happens when you participate in that noise. A reactor is swayed by prevailing opinion and navigates complexity with anxiety. A leader, on the other hand, relies on logical rigor and approaches complexity with a proactive narrative strategy. Moving from that defensive posture to an active one requires a singular guiding principle. Stop reacting. Start leading the narrative. You cannot build a durable strategy if you are constantly rushing to defend yourself on someone else's terms. To survive today's information arena, you have to author the conversation yourself. Forging that capability is the objective of the Ethical Leadership 2020 and Beyond program. This is an 8-week summer intensive headquartered at the Imre Mordecai Institute on Mount Zion in Jerusalem. Every day here follows a 3-stage cycle known as the Israel Flywheel. Stage 1 begins each morning on Mount Zion. Before anyone takes external action, the cohort focuses on ethical theory and legal architecture. Participants map out the day's logistics using what the curriculum calls conscious learning. They interface with the GENII digital network, ensuring every proposed action aligns with strict do-no-harm protocols. They also run predictive audits through QIPA. This identifies and blocks ego-driven or extractive impulses before physical operations begin. This infographic highlights the immediate mental result of that morning rigor. You learn to cut through moral ambiguity, deconstruct flawed arguments, and identify the actual principles at stake. The entire first phase operates on a single rule. You cannot effectively lead the external world until you have forged an unshakable internal core. But abstract ethics discussed in a classroom are only useful if they can survive the physical friction of real-world logistics. That brings us to stage 2 of the flywheel. In the afternoon, the cohort leaves Mount Zion and travels to the city of Beit Shemesh for an applied practicum. Here, they manage operations on the ground. Participants run the Kollel Shot soup kitchen and oversee a localized network of food carts, physically distributing Bar Ness Miracle Bars to the community. As this closed-loop model demonstrates, the Bar Ness Miracle Bar Challenge operates as a delivery tool for systemic change. This distribution of high-density nutrition generates measurable resilience metrics directly within the community. By tracking the exact nutritional output against community needs, the afternoon phase proves that theoretical empathy can be directly transformed into tangible nourishment. As twilight sets in, the cohort moves to Kiryat Motzkin for the third and final stage of the day. The focus shifts to reviewing the actual distribution metrics gathered in Beit Shemesh. This graphic of a weaving loom represents the transition to narrative strategy. Through constructive dialogue, the leaders analyze operational bottlenecks and refine their communication skills to shape external discussions. They apply the Bar Ness QN franchisee model, using localized distribution to back decentralized economic hubs with tangible biological output. This independent, closed-loop system allows communities to decouple from the resource-driven leverage used to control geopolitical narratives. Replicating this system globally moves the cohort from participants in a charitable act to architects of a self-sustaining economic flywheel. This is the continuous momentum of the Israel flywheel, mapping the theory in the morning, executing the logistics in the afternoon, and scaling the economics at night. As this Venn diagram illustrates, the program defines a true leader as someone operating at the intersection of deep internal ethical clarity and masterful external narrative strategy. As this final infographic summarizes, the journey is clear. You stop being a reactive consumer overwhelmed by competing stories and become a leader building on a solid ethical foundation. Graduates complete the program with 6 to 8 college credits and the field-ready capability to lead proactive discussions in the most contested environments.